Welcome back to Local Garden Queens. I'm going to do another tour of the garden. It's the last week in May. Temperatures are forecast to start warming up. It should be consistently in the 70s and upper 50s at nights. And this is a transition period where I'm planting the summer vegetables and the cool weather crops are on their way out. Let's have a look. Comfrey still flowering. Very healthy as usual. So the radishes are about done. I'm going to be picking most of them out soon. I did harvest about maybe over a dozen radishes a couple of days ago, which I pickled. So here we have a little combination of cilantro and dill growing together in the herb area, and the carrots in the middle of the radishes. So what I had done, I took out most of the bok choy. You see some of it is flowering, but most of it is out because I had to make room for pepper seedlings. So you can see here, well, I labeled pepper orange, if you can see that. And this is the seedling here. And also another seedling right there. It doesn't look like much now, but hopefully if nothing eats them, they will continue to grow, get bigger, and produce peppers. So I planted some here. There's one right there behind the cilantro. Anyway, about every 1.5 to 2 feet I planted peppers out. A combination of yellow pepper, red pepper, and orange pepper. In the back garden here, there's more radishes, which are pretty much ready to be picked. And of course, the flowering bok choy. I'm probably going to let it go to seed, so I can have some seeds for the fall possibly. But I do plan on planting something here as well for the summer. Also in the walkway there is some self-seeded cilantro. We have the carrot clump here. One thing I found out was, so I thought that here you could see some of the carrot root peeking out. So I thought that if the carrot isn't like a bright orange, it's going to be flavorless, or it's going to be bitter, or it's not going to taste good. That is not true, because in the other garden in Brooklyn, there were plenty of carrots that I picked, and they weren't bright orange. They were a very dull orange. So I don't know if they were ready to be harvested. They probably weren't at peak, but they tasted like regular carrots, so I was very surprised by that. So let's talk about this area here. There is some dill planted, and it's changing color. It's more like a brownish, reddish color here. Maybe there's some kind of a deficiency in this area of the garden. And the sugar snaps that I planted out after the first planting didn't come up. So this is the second planting of sugar snaps coming up now. And back here I planted 2 cucumbers that look very, very tiny now, but I'm hoping they will grow just fine, and I will have some cucumbers, and if they continue to grow well, I will set up a trellis system. If you've been watching the videos, there was a couple of bushes here, and now they're gone. My neighbor asked that I keep them when I was originally making this garden, and she decided to remove them, and now I have more garden space. I don't think I'm going to plant anything here this year. Maybe I'll change my mind, I don't know, but I'll probably leave it alone, and I'll just work the soil and try to build it for next season, most likely. So let's go on to this bed here. I removed the bok choy, and I don't like throwing things away. I like to have it compost in place. Maybe it's not a great idea because it might attract pests, but anyway, this thing is an experiment. You learn something every time, every season, every day even. So I'm trying something. I left the bok choy here. It'll obviously decompose eventually. I'm just hoping it won't be too many pests. Now I planted some, the reason I took out the bok choy, besides the fact that it was flowering and it wasn't really edible, I planted some pepper seedlings here. You can see here, and some more. They look like they're growing very well. They've gotten bigger since I planted them last. And here and there is our 2 zucchini plants, and of course the cilantro in the back. So the zucchini plants, they're gonna try to grow this way because this is where the sun comes from. I'm gonna fight them and try to make them go backwards, because at the end of the bed here I want to try to trellis them up, because obviously I'm limited in space and the zucchini plants can get very long. One season I grew them, they were probably 5 feet long, so I don't have the space here. So I'm gonna try to trellis those. In this back bed here I have sugar snaps, looking good, looking healthy. And in the corner here, I don't know if you can see these little leaves here. That's another cucumber plant that I do plan on trellising if it successfully grows and doesn't get eaten by anything. So coming into the sugar snaps, the first flowers are emerging, and I'm looking forward to some sugar snap peas soon. Maybe another couple of weeks and I should have some sugar snaps. Herb garden here, of course the oregano is looking very healthy. The fennel looking healthy as well. And last but not least, as always, is the currant bush. Flowered very well this season as it's maturing and putting on more fruit compared to last year. You can see here nice little clusters of fruit, or berries I guess. The garden is doing great. Temperatures are steadily going to be at least in the 70s now. We had a cool spell in May, but long-term forecast is showing that temperatures are going to be more stable for the time of the year, or more normal for the time of the year. So everything is doing great. This is a transition period from from spring vegetables to summer vegetables. And I do plan on planting a few more things, and you'll see it in the next update. So as always, please like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to leave comments. See you guys next time.